Hey, welcome back to Two Dudes Audio. My name is Sean.
And I'm Chaz.
What do we have here, Chaz? This is an Evolve 30.
It's another column system.
Another column system.
Well, who sent this to us?
Well, for those of you that don't know, we are affiliated with Sweetwater.
Oh,
They were nice enough to hook us up with one of these.
They and us saw in the comments below that you guys suggested this to be reviewed next.
And now we have it.
We have it. So
Let's tear this thing open and check it out.
what are you doing?
Chaz, I'm going to open the box. Safety first. I mean, come on. Like, I'm going to be operating a knife here. It is open. Oh, and as always, Sweetwater hooks you up with the little bag of candy. Thanks, Sweetwater. What is in the first box? Oh, that would be the cover and power cable. What do we got, Chaz?
70 inches.
We have an instruction manual. Oh, Sweetwater sticker. Decently thick styrofoam, that's nice. Okay, you've got your column risers. Yep, that's why. All right, and now we can get out the top column. Okay, the top column actually has how many speakers in it, Chaz?
6.
The last item in the box, the 10-inch subwoofer. So this is the 10-inch subwoofer base. We're not entirely sure what it's made out of yet. Maybe some type of wood, maybe some type of MDF. We should be able to tell once we get inside, but it has a really nice, almost like a powder coating on it. It has a nice texture to it. It has a great plastic carry handle like most of them do. The back features a nice sized heat sink. So the Evolve 30M actually features a whole lot of inputs, more than we've ever seen on a column speaker before. It actually has 8 channels, the last 2 being stereo channels. So 5 and 6, 7 and 8 are stereo inputs. So 5 and 6, you have 2 micro XLR and or 1/4 inch inputs, left and right. Then you've got a left and right RCA, and you actually have a stereo 1/8 inch input. You've got a mix out, you've got an auxiliary out, you've got a foot switch input for turning on and off effects. This also features a high Z input, so if you have an instrument with passive pickups like an acoustic guitar, that's going to boost your signal and sound great through the system. Inputs 1 through 4 are just standard XLR 1/4 inch inputs, but overall there are so many input options for this system, it really is impressive.
So now we're gonna put on the polarizers, and something that we noticed when you put it in here, you can't attach the top column speaker. So unlike with QSC where you can add one and the top column, this one you have to add both of the columns to reach the only height that's available, which this would work perfectly in most scenarios. The only time you would need it shorter is if you're on like a stage or some type of platform already. It's nice Eevee gives you a bag for the top column system and the polarizers. It would be nice if they included a bag for the sub.
This column system comes in at just under 79 inches, so 6'7", and as Chaz mentioned, you have to set this up in the full 6'7" tall setup. You do not have the option to set it up at half height. So the build quality of this we have some concerns about it. It is very lightweight, which is great for portability, but the edges feel like kind of sharp, thin plastic. If this were to get very cold and it took a fall, it could potentially crack or break pieces off. So the poles are made out of this seems to be metal with some plastic fittings. So the carry bag that came with the system, we assumed was a cover for the subwoofer. It is actually not. It is actually a carry bag with backpack straps for the top column speaker and the 2 riser poles. You see how they're just fit in there just like that. And so when you're ready to set up, you can pull out your poles, you can pull out your top column. It's a tight fit, I can say that. And you're ready to go. Companies that make speakers will test their speakers in a sound-controlled environment, specialized room with specialized equipment that is very expensive. Chaz and I try to do tests that will capture the real-world experience. Our decibel meter is 10 feet away at head height. And now we're gonna do a frequency sweep at half volume. Let's try a volume test using a frequency sweep at full volume. Yo, I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared to max this out and do a frequency sweep.
Do you think it's gonna break?
I mean, it's got a limit. It's gonna limit itself, but it's gonna be loud. Now we're going to try a frequency sweep at floor level, at full volume, and from 10 feet away.
Wow, Sean, that was pretty impressive. Hitting 112 decibels, head height and floor height.
Very consistent, and I think we've never had a column speaker reach over 100 decibels in this room, so that's impressive.
All right, so now it's time to do a hiss test. Sean,
right.
let's crank it all the way up.
Okay, maxed out.
That's pretty quiet.
That's almost non-existent. You really have to get your ear in there, and it's...
You can't, like, from
very
here,
slow.
you don't really hear anything,
Yeah.
so it definitely passes the test.
It passes.
Yeah.
And now we're just going to do a vocal test. I've got a Shure SM58 here. We have a shotgun microphone on our camera that's about 10 feet away. And I have the volume on this channel at about plus 18 dB. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Nice and clear, nice and loud. Plus 25. Yep. Getting lots of feedback at plus 25. It's a small room, so it probably doesn't like how close I am. I really can't get far enough away for this to sound nice. We have a shotgun microphone on our camera, and we're going to see how an acoustic guitar sounds through it. So now we're outside and we're going to try a frequency sweep to test the decibels from 10 feet away. Now we're going to try another frequency sweep, but from 20 feet away. So now that we're outside, we can really see how this thing performs in a larger space. I've got the volume currently turned up to plus 25 dB on this channel, channel 1 I'm using. And it actually, if I get right up in the microphone, it sounds really loud and clear. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. I'm at plus 30 dB, plus 30. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2, nice and loud and clear. I would say the camera is about 20 feet away now, so it is picking up and moving back, so it is picking up loud and clear from way back there. Hello, check 1, 2, test, 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 nice and loud. Plus 38 volume. I gotta say, this is one of the loudest systems we've tested. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. This is plus 38 dB. Little bit of feedback. It's trying to feed back a little bit, but I'm still pretty close to it. And the camera's probably 50, 60 feet away.
Put it on a show, like a domino, I fall. Another bottle, don't know what to say. Send me on my way to you. Stop.
Audio you just heard was at max volume, and you could hear it very clearly from a distance, but there was some limiting kicking in, which was kind of muffling the bass a little bit, but ultimately not too bad considering it is just protecting itself from damage. And we just want to mention that all of the testing we've done today, the speaker has been at a completely flat EQ. You can certainly go into the DSP and make all kinds of equalization adjustments, but we just kept it flat for testing purposes. And now it's time to take apart the top column and see what it's made out of. All right, so now that we have all the screws out, I'm just gonna pop this off and work on getting the grill off. So they have this grill really like wedged in here. It does not budge. I don't know if they glued it in, but I'm gonna try prying a little bit, but I'm not confident that this is gonna come apart. So I'm not sure how this would ever be serviced if it had issues. All right, so Chaz basically pried on this like as hard as he could. His face turned 3 shades of purple. That's how hard it was, but finally we got the grill to break loose. It is like rubber cemented in here. Like there's some kind of glue that they use to seal it. That's, I would say excessive, but definitely it was made to stay together. Okay, so once the grill is off, the first thing you see here are the 6 2.8-inch neodymium drivers hidden behind this waveguide. So we're going to take these waveguides off so you can get a better look at the drivers. .8-inch driver, neodymium magnet. We have some spade connectors, 18 gauge wire. It's got some acoustic-fill surrounding it on the inside. And now it's time to crack open this 10-inch subwoofer and see what we got going on inside. Oh, the LED light is attached. All right, so here it is, a 10-inch subwoofer inside of this unit. I'll tell you what, for a 10-inch sub, this speaker sounded pretty nice. So we got about a foot wide port, almost 3 inches tall. So we're looking at a heavily coated accordion surround. We have a paper cone and a paper dust cap. Yank this sub out. Let's see what we got. Okay. Nice magnet on the back. There's some venting for the voice coil there. So we got some more spade connectors here with some more 18 gauge wire and some pretty big copper tinsel leads. It looks like about a 2.5-inch voice coil. So we did notice there's no basket venting. But overall, it's a nice looking subwoofer. EV makes a nice clean looking speaker. Inside, you can see that there's some acoustic-fill surrounding it. You can also see that inside they put a brace to just support some of the extra weight from the column that rests on it here. And now it's time to get this plate amp out. So we've been running some music through this at full volume for a few minutes now, and we're just going to check with our thermal camera to see how it's heating up and how hot it's getting inside the amp. So right now we're just playing some bass heavy music through the subwoofer so we can take a look at it with the thermal camera and see what kind of temperatures we're getting from the voice coil and the sub itself. So this is a real-world power test with a frequency sweep with the volume maxed out. So this is a dyno test with a frequency sweep with the volume turned all the way up. So we're actually only testing the power sent to one individual driver speaker because we didn't have access to the wires that are being sent to the entire column. So this may not be a true test of power for the entire column system, just a single driver speaker. Okay, so now we're testing real-time power for the top column speakers. This is a frequency sweep at full volume.
I'm not getting anything.
Oh, there it goes. This is a dyno power test of just one driver speaker, and this is a frequency sweep at full volume. So we just checked out the new EV Evolve 30M, and wow, it was really interesting column speaker. Chaz, what are some pros and cons that we noticed about this system here?
So we're gonna start with the cons. So one thing that we just did was we did the plate amp test and the dyno test on the sub and on the top speakers. So when we did the dyno test on the sub itself, it was stinking really good. That voice coil was getting pretty hot. And that worries me because maybe if you're playing a lot of bass heavy songs, it's gonna cause that low end driver to maybe fail. You might blow it out because of maybe the lack of limiting.
It's a 10-inch driver, so you know, you shouldn't really be pushing it too hard to begin with. Like,
but
know your limitations.
That amp should have some type of limiting of what that speaker can do. So that speaker should be able to handle more power than what that amplifier does to be on the safe side. But it's kind of reversed a little bit here, I think.
Yeah, but in general, this system gets louder than most systems of this size. We've just noticed like crazy volume from this thing. It was really impressive how loud it actually gets. Like, this pushes some power for a little system.
It does. For how little these drivers are up here, it gets super loud.
Yeah. So there was one other thing that we kind of disliked. Chaz, do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, it'd be nice if, and put it here.
Right.
But
half size. I thought it was falling.
But yeah, you can't really do that, which is not a big deal, but if you're on the stage playing, the thing's gonna be all the way up there. Sean, what did you not like about this unit?
So I did notice that when you're really pushing it to max volume, there's some limiting that kicks in, and it really just starts to distort the sound just slightly. So, you know, I've seen other units handle that a little better. So again, really impressed with the volume. It gets crazy loud, but at the loudest settings is where you start to notice a little bit of a drop in quality. So it's just something to look out for and be aware of.
And there is limiting, it does say limiting on the LCD screen itself, so just keep that in mind and you'll be set.
So Chaz, what are some of the pros that we noticed about this unit?
So I like the build quality overall. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Some good sturdy stuff in the sub enclosure.
Well made.
Metal, you know, it's pretty good. It sounds really good too. For a column system, it sounds really good. And it also has a nice carry bag.
Oh yes.
That you can carry everything in, and that's awesome. You don't have to pay extra or buy it separately.
Right.
It comes with
it. It's very portable. It's very easy to set up, very sleek, no cords, very clean.
And it has an app control, so you can control each individual input separately. You can label everything so you know exactly what they are, and you can control all the different effects and everything else specific to that input, like the bass, mid, and treble.
Also, you can control the effects. It also has an effects input jack so that you can attach a foot switch and control your effects that way.
Which we haven't seen anything like that on a column system
Not
before.
in a column system, no. So Chaz and I thought about it. It's time to give the Evolve 30M
a dude score.
So, what are we thinking, Chaz?
We're thinking an 8.
It came in perfect condition. We put it through some vigorous tests and it really held up. So we have very few complaints really of this. It did pretty well.
For the size of it, how small these drivers are, they get super loud.
Yeah. So we really want to thank Sweetwater for sending us this awesome column system. And you can actually purchase this system. There's a link in the description. You can buy this from Sweetwater for $1,399 right now. Any purchases through our link helps out our channel, so we really appreciate that.
So this comes in white and in black variants.
Yes, and also some people think that the price tag is a little high for a column speaker, but you know, it's an EV, and with EV you get quality, and people would argue that it's worth it. Hey, big announcement, guys. Two Dudes Audio has a merch store. So there is a link in the description. If you click on it, you can get all kinds of cool gear.
Yeah, you can get like shirts and mugs and stuff with our logo and name on it, and anything helps. It helps the channel.
Support the channel.
We're a small channel, so anything helps.
We appreciate it.
Yes.
Check it out.
Check it out and subscribe and like this video and subscribe again. And
take your shoes off.
Doing?
I don't know.
All right, let's go. Well, thanks for watching the video.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, check out the other videos we have, probably.
Okay, bye.